Now, the AmaZulu King has been described as a great cultural custodian when it comes to the impact he's had and the mark that he's made in the culture and the preservation of heritage. What are your thoughts and sentiments around that?
Good morning, viewers. This is a real loss indeed. As the National Heritage Council of South Africa, we are saddened by the passing of King Goodwill Zwelithini. We also wish to join the nation in expressing our heartfelt condolences to the Zulu Kingdom and wishes that his legacy continues to live on. His life was a historic marvel witnessed by many around the world and experienced by us here in South Africa. And this is evidenced by the way he fled from his home at a young age when he was about to succeed his father to the throne, to how he morally led the AmaZulu nation, including how sadly he departed, including the fact that he was the longest reigning king, is historic to us. So we stand out as the National Heritage Council in his contribution internationally and making awareness about South African rich cultural heritage. We are indeed proud of what he has done to this nation. He was an epitome of traditional leadership and preservation of culture for more than 5 decades of his reign. He revived and preserved the cultural practices of the Zulu nation to promote moral regeneration and address social issues of modern society, such as gender-based violence and the spread of HIV/AIDS. He preserved cultural identity, traditions, and customs that we must also inculcate to our children. He revived many cultural practices, including umkhosi womhlanga, also known as the rich dance ceremony.
Let me interrupt you there. If you're speaking about the impact that he had on reviving cultural, traditions and cultural activities, looking at the reed dance, as you're about to speak about it, and the impact that it has within the Zulu nation and what it really stands for, the representation that it has on culture. What do you make of that and how he made sure that it's revived and it's recognized as an important tradition for the Zulu nation?
It's very important for us as a nation, and also to make sure that our children understand where do we come from, where does our culture comes from. Because sometimes it becomes a problem when it's related in a different context without inputting into why is it important, how should we take it forward to ensure that our children and even the nation at large understand how these things are done. And I know that some people had a problem in that regard, but the fact of the matter is we must ensure that one of the things that it has an impact on, remember that at this stage, we have a problem of HIV and AIDS, which is a burden on the state, which is a burden on the society. It also assists for girls, even not only girls, but even young boys, to take time before they can engage in some of these sexual activities on the basis that they will understand why is it important and why should they delay some of the sexual activities like I have already indicated. So without understanding the importance, our children will not know why is it necessary for them to delay the process and then be in a better position to understand how culture needs to be intertwined with modern activities.
And very lastly, before we let you go, what sort of legacy do you believe the King leaves behind?
South Africa, the Zulu culture, African culture is known worldwide because he was proud the way he was, propagating it, the way he was encouraging people to respect and promote our culture. It's known worldwide. And I think he has made an impact which will last for long, and people will know what African culture is, what Zulu culture is, so that people do not undermine our culture as Africans, because we've got a rich culture which must be taken note of and be respected.
Thank you so much for your input.